What's up, Walking Dead heads? Thanks for joining us. Tonight we are talking The Walking Dead, Season 11, Episode 22. Not Outpost 22, that was last week, but 22 at Outpost 22. I'm sorry, you're revving up for something.
It's okay.
My bad. But we've got some news, speculation, teasers about what's to come for you. This is The Broken Dead. All right, I am Dylan.
I'm Quin.
And by the way, whoever on Facebook is saying that music is whatever, it's free content. It's free music. I just cut it. Like the actual song sounds nothing like The Walking Dead, but like the little intro that's a couple seconds, I was like, ooh, that sounds like The Walking Dead. It's not actually The Walking Dead. Just so you know, whoever keeps cutting your music is not friendly to whatever. Anyways, I'm going to get off my soapbox here. So thanks for joining us as we talk The Walking Dead tonight. I'm glad to have you guys along for the ride. If this is your first time, I mean, better late than never. There's 2 episodes left after tonight. And don't forget that we do live stream every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time ish, depending on schedules and glitches and weird things that I've sat for an hour trying to fix.
It's mostly weird technology things.
Yeah. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon so you know when we drop new videos and when we go live. I almost said drop names. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, and don't forget to check out that website at www.broken.pictures.com. And also don't forget on Thursday nights, we didn't this past week because stuff, but typically we stream on Thursday nights as well with the FOMO show. We talk about comic book nerdy stuff. So we were gonna do our Black Adam review, and then then Marvel was like, oh hell no, here's 2 new trailers and some news. So anyways, we've got a lot to talk about, and we'll figure it out what we're talking about before then. So anyways, yeah, if you're interested in that stuff, you want to join the conversation, really appreciate it. So for tonight, any special notes? Just stay healthy out there. Apparently COVID's still a thing. The flu is making a huge comeback right now.
Yep.
Depending on who you're talking to, there's reasons. But anyways, it never went away. They just marked everything as COVID. Anyways, sorry, I don't want to get all political. Tomorrow's Halloween, my friend. Tomorrow's Halloween. So this technically is our Halloween episode for The Walking Dead. Yeah, happy Halloween. My kids are older, so we don't do a whole lot. Are you going trick-or-treating and stuff?
Yeah.
Or did you already do that this weekend?
We did a lot, so we're going tomorrow too.
Oh, wow. Man, they got it good. We had okay, you got 1 hour. You got me for 1 hour. No, it wasn't like that, but we didn't get several days, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But everybody does the trunk-or-treat stuff now.
Trunk-or-treats.
There's multiples.
Everywhere. Go to a dentist's office, they're doing a trunk-or-treat.
Wow. Yeah.
So
I was at the Bentonville Brewery with my brother last night, and they're doing a trunk-or-treat today, too.
Yeah, they did. There was a lot.
It's a brewery. What you giving away, fam? Bring your kids to the brewery. Anyways.
Sample some while you're here.
I grew up in a small town, so that's I can make jokes about that, that it's weird to bring your family to a brewery, but apparently everywhere else it's not that weird. Yeah. And then of course Europeans, they have a family pub that everybody goes to. So that they're regulars at or whatever. But
interesting. Mm-hmm. Europe's an interesting place.
Yeah. You need to open that pub, man.
Me?
Yeah.
Open a pub?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna open a the D&D inspired pub.
We can. See, there's a lot of ideas in my head right now.
That's true. If we could get one going, then we can fund the rest.
Yes,
but it's the beginning.
Down.
Yeah, the trickle down. By the way, if you'd like to support the channel, you can. Oh, they still frozen our accounts.
Still.
You know how many times I rebooted this program and it's still doing that? Anyways.
It just knows.
Yeah. So if you'd like to unfreeze our accounts, wink, wink, then you can, check out the merch or, drop a tip or whatever, how they do on Twitch and everything. People look at me weird when I say that in like real life and they're like, you out there begging for money? It's like, have you watched anything online?
No.
Like
Yeah,
everything is like, throw us money. But, I don't want to make it weird.
There is like...
but yeah.
Yeah, there's guys out there. I watched one. I came across one. I didn't actually watch it. This guy, he was playing Tekken, and he was like, yeah, send me money, and I'll show you exactly how you need to do this combo. Basically, just like doing a play-by-play of like how to do certain combos with characters and what it can chain with. And somebody dropped this guy $100 to show him this one combo with Jin, and I was like, I'm gonna watch it because he spent the money, so I might as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody's paying for it.
Somebody's paying for it.
Man, my hair looks particularly slicked back today.
It does.
The haircut.
We're going to your villain look.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot. I was going to say something else and I forgot. But, unless you're somebody like Mr. Beast that just, if you like this, the first 10 people to like this video get $100,000 or some shit. It's like, yeah, the dude throws money around. He's like, you know what? I like your style. Here's $1,000. It's like, what?
Here's $1,000.
Yeah, get me on that list.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah,
Okay.
Everybody got a side hustle. Everybody got to do something.
Yes, do it.
I'm sorry, I'm passing it off to you. I suddenly got real excitable. I'm sorry, I'm very talkative right now.
All right, here we go. If you haven't left now, this is your last chance because this is your spoiler alert. In this episode of The Broken Dead, we will be talking Season 11, Episode 22 of The Walking Dead. If you haven't watched that, pause this, go watch that, and then come back. Unless you want to be spoiled, you have been warned.
Yes. Consider that your warning. Oh, it's no holds barred from here on out.
It's game time. Season 11! I'm kidding. Season 11, Episode 22, Faith. Ezekiel and Negan plan a labor revolt, while Eugene stands trial.
It's just one man. Can do anything. Can change the world. And I know that because I was a bad man, that I served Negan, and I decided to do what was right. And you boys quit whacking off of my camper. That was from Beavis and Butthead doing America. Because, I mean, that voice was like their neighbor or something.
Yes.
Anyways, this, if you didn't already know, whatever flies on the show flies on this show. So all that, Dolphin Smooth, all that, like dropping several F-bombs.
Several in this episode.
They just like throw an F into the wind nowadays.
It's like, what are they going to do? Fine us, we end in 3 episodes.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I wonder if they have to mute that out when they're on like AMC though.
Maybe, we'll see.
But online streaming,
it's just
they make their own rules. Yeah.
So
the rules are there are no rules.
As always. So before we get deep down into this, I couldn't make that joke. I just couldn't. My soul wouldn't let me finish it. Rate the episode, Dylan, please.
I'm gonna say, I rather enjoyed this episode. I thought it was fun. I'm gonna say 8.5 or 8.5 or 9. Poor man tic-tac-toes.
Poor man tic-tac-toes. Yep. I'm gonna rate this episode off of one sole reason, And this is, yeah, you may see where I'm coming from on it in a little bit. 10 firing squads out of 10. So, yes.
Wow.
Ezekiel and Negan have the... So, at the beginning of this episode,
I should... Yeah, I'm gonna do 9, because, yeah, that moment in itself, like, the way it played out...
Yeah. It was good.
It had me going. They had me. They had me.
Had you gripped? Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, at least a 9 on that one.
Yeah. So the vignette, the beginning of this episode, was a Negan one.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh.
My boy.
I was like, ooh. This is either going to be good or bad, but it has to be good.
I mean, plot armor.
Because plot armor is said, plot armor activate. And
you didn't meet me, bro.
Yeah. So plot armor.
I don't know what happens next. I just know that's.
We become Quillin. That is our fusion name now.
Stephanie would like that. She'd eat that up. I can hear her now. Yes. I can't even do my voice that high. Squealing. It'd make her squee.
Make her squee? That's... Okay. This is for you, Stephanie.
Is that bad?
What is...
Is that something I don't know what it is?
I don't know what it is either.
I thought squee was just like squee. You know.
Urban Dictionary will say otherwise.
Oh, I bet there's something. There's always something.
There's always something. So yes, and then we get like the very first scene is them carrying lumber and stuff off of the railroad track, trying to fix it up and all that good jazz. And
I rewatched last week's episode. I didn't realize when they are on the bus headed into Alexandria, it's not just a voiceover. Oops, not just a voiceover. They're literally hearing Rosita talk on the radio, and that's why they were like, oh. "Yeah, dumb. It didn't register." I was like, "Oh, it's a voiceover, and they're just showing the transition." You know.
I got you.
Nope.
Yeah. Interesting. Huh. Okay, but yes. So we got them clearing off rail tracks, a whole bunch of moving parts. Everybody's kind of like, "Hey, what's up? You got this, fam? Yeah, cool, fam. What's this? 2 jars on Wednesday." Random person out of nowhere. Yeah. And as Negan is then passed a little slip. Well, it's not paper; it's cloth, which turns out later to be the.
You do what you can out there.
You do what you can.
You know, there's no toilet paper, so.
Yeah, gross. But
what's a guy got to do to get some nuts?
we see some characters we haven't seen in a hot minute. We see Magna.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Magna and Princess is here.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, they got Princess.
Yeah, because they're at Alexandria now, so I guess they just said, they already made it, and we didn't see them on that bus.
As well as Jerry's wife, whose name I cannot remember.
Oh, yeah. Whose wife?
Jerry's wife.
Oh, Jerry's wife.
Yeah.
Nabila.
Nabila, yes.
Yeah, and I cannot, for the life of me, remember Negan's wife's name.
Anne.
Anne. That is it.
Mm-hmm.
And the little bun.
And the little bun in the oven.
Yep.
Whose name we don't know yet.
Lil Negan.
Lil Negan.
Baby Negan.
$10 if it's a boy, is gonna name that kid Carl. $10.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yep. I was gonna say like this. I think this is the first time we've seen the sewers under Alec since. I say Alec because Alexandria in Louisiana we call it Alec, but anyways. That's if you're not from the tri-state area. There's so many tri-state areas. I mean, come on. Every cartoon or movie show you watch, it's like, the tri-state area. Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Nobody counts Oklahoma.
Everybody looks at Oklahoma like, what are you doing here?
I mean, in Northwest Arkansas, I guess it's Oklahoma, Missouri, and Arkansas. But in where I grew up, it's Louisiana, Texas, and Louisiana, Arkansas.
Yeah.
The Arklatex is what they call it.
That's
Yeah.
the cry.
Does it sound like an animal off Star Wars?
I mean, depending on what part of those states you go to, it's
Yeah, drinking blue milk. Unrelated to blue meth, maybe,
hard,
but probably not.
But yes, tri-state areas.
Yeah, what was I saying?
The sewers.
Alexandria.
Yeah.
They're in the sewers. It's probably the last time we saw the sewers under Alec was with Carl when Carl died. I was waiting for them to have a moment for Daryl to just see the spot and stop and just have, you know, just like a half a second, just like, and keep going or something. But they didn't use that. There was a lot of junk under there, though. Apparently, a lot of junk.
And they had to have a hole because that walker fell through at some point.
Yeah.
So,
It would have been really nice that if they had just like a memorial or a plaque or something, you know, for Carl there.
As representation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, c'est la vie. It's all right, I guess. That's what spinoffs are for. Maybe. We'll see.
Never see Carl again. Never mention his name again. Unless it's, you know, Baby Negan.
Baby Negan.
Carl. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
And then if they like if Rick ever meets Negan again, it's like, I'd like you to meet my son Carl. That's my Carl. Like how do you feel about that? It's like I don't know.
I think this is honestly, so this episode, I mean, yes, the Negan focus of, Negan was kind of the focus of it, quotation focus of it. I think this was the reason I gave it a 10 is because this is the end of Negan's redemption. In
you're right.
In a few, because this, like,
can I take mine back and revote? The more you talk, I'm like, yeah.
So, because, like, him and Ezekiel, the exchange that they had, Ezekiel's like, here's the reason I will never forgive you. And then Negan's like, that's cool, I understand, fam. But I'm doing all this that I have to do because I have a baby on the way, and I'm not that guy anymore.
Yeah, but he was straight up. He seemed pissed.
Yeah.
But which is different. This is and that's why they caught me off guard, because every other time Negan has been confronted about the sins of the past, he's just been totally humble about it and just taking it and just like, yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But this is like the first time he's actually kind of pushed back, and of all people to push back on, you know. I
mean, the guy that sends a tiger after you.
Yeah, I mean, and he didn't even know about. I mean, his. When it kicked out, when it didn't. When it kicked out, when it didn't. We were talking about Ezekiel. Last thing I remember, anyway. Sorry. Last thing I said was, you know, we talked about how Maggie's lost a lot, how Carol has lost a lot, but Ezekiel is also someone who has lost everything.
Yes.
And then led into your thought.
Yes, and through a lot of that, okay, there we go. We're just on safe measures. But so also we either see that there are times when he's losing those things, he's kind of in the foreground, but also but then put into the background because another character is kind of something else is happening to them. Like when he lost Henry, it was more. The focus was more on Carol than Ezekiel, right. But it still affected Ezekiel just the the red
Red
fair.
wedding.
After the fair,
Yeah.
like we got a bit of a kind of a time, a little bit of a time skip in between episodes that shows him closing the door on the kingdom because they ran out of resources. Everything was done.
Yeah, yeah. There was a bit of a disconnect there because they did kind of jump. And so we're just gonna keep on rolling, and as I try to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Coolioso.
Yeah. So you were talking about. Let me check my Wi-Fi.
Okay. I'll just set it in there.
All right. Looks like we're reconnected.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So.
Okay. There we go. Maybe.
I'm going to restart the modem real quick so it'll kick off and then back on. Just give it a second.
Okay. Hi there, everyone. Or no one.
All right. Still